Good morning.
Good morning.
My name's Jude Harvey.
Yeah.
Can you tell me your full name, please?
My name is Inmi Heo.
Thank you. And can you tell me where you're from, Inmi?
I'm from South Korea.
Can I see your identification,
Yes.
please? Thank you. That's fine. Now, in this first part, I'd like to ask you some questions about yourself.
Yeah.
Tell me about your hometown. What do you like most about your hometown?
There are lots of exciting places. One of them is the most interesting places is theaters. So in town there are lots of theaters, so we can enjoy any kinds of plays.
Is Seoul a popular place for tourists to visit?
Yes, there are some places, especially we have palaces in Seoul, so it is very antique. They are very antique and special places, so lots of foreigners visit there. Yeah.
And has Seoul changed much in recent years?
Yes, of course. 10 years ago, we didn't have convenient public transport, but now it is very developed, so we can use them very comfortably, and there are very big buildings. Yeah.
Let's talk about photos now.
Yeah.
How often do you take photos?
I really like taking photos, so sometimes I visit beautiful places with my friend, so I take my pictures every 1 month.
Do you prefer taking photos of people or of places?
I prefer taking a picture of people. Yes.
Why?
Because they have every person has different facial expressions. So when I take a picture of people, I can take their individual expressions. So I really like them.
What do you do with the photos you take?
Excuse me?
What do you do with the photos you take?
I just write down my memories related to the pictures. So when I have special experience, I always write down the story.
Do you think the way people take photos is changing?
Sorry?
Do you think the way people take photos is changing?
In my opinion, it's a little bit different. It has changed. A few years ago, we always use books, album. Do you know albums? Album to take photos. But nowadays, we use always website. Yeah, so it is very convenient.
Let's talk about free time now.
Yeah.
How much free time do you normally have?
Every day I have 2 or 3 hours. I have 2 or 3 hours free time. So,
what do you like doing best in your free time?
I really like keeping a diary. Yes. When I keep a diary, I can reflect myself and I can summarize what happened to me. So I really like it. Yeah.
If you had more free time, how would you spend it?
I want to read lots of books more than now. Yeah, because when I can read a book in English every 1 month, per month, so I want to read books more.
Thank you. Now I'm going to give you a topic and I'd like you to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. Before you talk, you'll have 1 minute to think about what you're going to say.
Yeah.
You can make some notes if you wish. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Here's some paper and a pencil for making notes.
Thanks.
And here's your topic. I'd like you to describe a situation when someone that you didn't know helped you.
Yeah.
All right. Remember, you have 1 to 2 minutes for this, so don't worry if I stop you.
Yes.
I'll tell you when the time is up.
Yeah.
Can you start speaking now, please?
Yes. 1 month ago, we had a farewell party with my friends because one of my friend went back Germany, so we enjoyed the party until past 2 o'clock. So to go back home, I took a bus with my friend, but I often use the bus because I usually take number 7 bus, but that night I took number 1 bus. So, but I knew that where I got off, but after getting off the bus, I got lost that night. I tried to find my home, but I couldn't. The more I walked along the street, the more difficult as it was for me to find my home. I just looked around the neighbors. So that night I met some people in the town, but they didn't know where Houston Road was. So I saw a house in the town because the house was turning on the light. So I knocked on the door, but nobody answered. But I was very, very scared. But when I was walking along the street, I met a man. He was going to work at night. So I asked him how I went to Heston Road.
Thank you. And did you thank this man?
Yes, he took me my home. So I told him, thank you very much.
Thank you. Can I have the booklet and paper and pencil back,
thanks.
please? We've been talking about a situation where someone you didn't know helped you.
Yeah.
And I'd like to discuss with you 1 or 2 more general questions related to this. Let's consider, first of all, children helping others.
Yeah.
What kinds of things can children do to help in the home?
You mean children can help others?
Yes, in their home.
I think children can organize their rooms. First of all, when after they use some notes or pencils, they can organize their own stuff, and sometimes they can use vacuum machine for their moms. So.
And how do you think children can best learn to be helpful to others?
The best one is to see their parents help other people. So even though their parents talk to their children, you should help other people. It's very important values. But when they do something for others, their children can learn what to do. So it's the best one.
So parents can help. What about schools and teachers?
In my opinion, teachers can make communities to help people. So teachers can gather some students to go to orphans or orphans, and then they can get together orphanages.
In what ways can schools encourage children to help the community?
In my opinion, they can, teachers can show some video clips or can encourage children to interact with orphanages. So sometimes teachers should told them they orphanages are also a very important person. So.
Let's think about working for other people without payment. What types of voluntary work are most popular in your country?
We have lots of volunteer works, but the most popular volunteer work is to teach some children, yeah, and to prepare the dinner or the breakfast, and then they give some food.
How do you think individuals might benefit from doing voluntary work?
Even though we don't get any pay in volunteer work, I can feel very fulfillment. So it is very helpful to encourage myself in my life. So,
in what ways can voluntary work improve life for the community?
The volunteer work can make people to have relationship between the community, and they can have interaction between lots of people and community. Yeah.
Thank you very much. That's the end of the speaking test.
Yeah, thanks.